So Ukraine is losing the war very badly, even though you've been told the opposite in the corporate press. But now some of the corporate press are starting to admit it. So so this is the eastern region of Ukraine. It's called the Donbass. And there's the Luhansk region and there's the Donetsk region. And Russia controls all of this. This is the part that Ukraine controls, this purple part. The rest of this is Russian controlled. And that's where Ukraine had been shelling for 8 years straight, killing these people because these are the Russian separatists who didn't want to go along with the coup that the United States did in 2014 that overthrew Ukraine's government. So these people didn't want to go along with it because that government was aligned with Nazis. And they don't want to go along with Nazis. Russians hate Nazis. And so and there was a peace agreement that Ukraine was supposed to leave these people alone. They didn't. They kept shelling them. So now you know. So then Russia was like, all right, we're taking over. If you won't stop killing them. So now that's what's going on. And now they have taken over. Russia has taken over in the Donbass. So purple, that again, this is Ukraine territory. The rest of this is Russian. Okay. There's Mariupol, Donetsk, Luhansk. Oh, here's another. So this is all Russian control now. Ukrainian volunteer fighters in the east feel abandoned. We're going to get to that in a minute, because that's also from the Washington Post, telling the truth. Here's Ukraine suffers a battle on battlefield while pleading for U.S. arms. This is in the Washington Post, and this is from May 29th. In recent days, Russian troops have captured the towns of Svitodarsk. I don't know how to say. Do you know how to say that, Jackson?
Svitlodarsk.
Svitlodarsk. Okay, I got it. And Lyman, and have closed in on Severodonetsk, a large regional hub, where Russian forces have entered a hotel on the city limits. If Russian troops manage to encircle and take the city, Moscow would occupy nearly all of Ukraine's easternmost Luhansk region, which makes up roughly half the Donbass. So I'll show you where that is. That's over. So this is the Luhansk region here. But they have taken it all over. They've gotten it. And here's that's that town we're talking about right here. And they got it. The situation in the country's east marks a shift from an earlier stage of the war when staunch Ukrainian defenses forced a broad Russian retreat in Kiev and other areas, increasing confidence among Ukrainians and their Western backers about the prospects of all-out victory over a poorly organized and equipped Russian force. The exact opposite is it's a poorly organized and poorly equipped Ukrainian force. It's not the other way around. Okay.
Where's that $40 billion going to, by the way? Did they get their bullets yet?
Right. They have not gotten them yet, Kurt. Though Ukrainian resistance has made the fight a slog for Russian forces, Moscow is inching closer to encircling Ukraine's biggest strongholds in the Donbass region while fighting on territory contiguous to Russia with easier supply lines. They've already done this. We are defending. Oh, so here is Zelensky. So this is a report from May 29th. We are defending our land insofar as the defense resources we have today will allow. We're doing everything we can to strengthen them, and we will strengthen them, Zelensky said. If the occupiers think Severodonetsk or Lyman will be theirs, they are mistaken. Donbass will be Ukrainian. He said that on the same day that Russians took it over. He said that on the exact same day. So this is May 28th. This newspaper article is from the 29th. He said it on that same day that this happened. Russia says eastern Ukraine town of Lyman is under its full control.
Well, Russia's lying then, obviously.
So what's remarkable about this is that the Washington Post is saying it. They're still filling it with propaganda, but that's the truth. Anything you'd like to say about this, Jackson, before we move on? Because I'm going to do a story about them being abandoned. And I'm doing a story about everybody who's calling for a peace process as being called an appeaser.
as far as those two cities, Liman and Severodonetsk, they took several hundred Ukrainian troops. They surrendered in Liman, which is a big surrender. And then in Severodonetsk, they moved to a neighboring city of Lysychansk, and there's 16,000 Ukrainian troops that are pretty much encircled there. That's, I mean, altogether so far, they've only been able to gather about 8,000 Ukrainian troops. So in one city, they're about to encircle 2 times as many Ukrainian troops as they've taken altogether. And that's why you're seeing the breakdown of these troops, and some of the brigades are beginning to refuse to fight. And what I'd be worried about if I was Zelensky is a pending coup, because if you have the breakdown of troops in the east and military commanders don't want their troops to continue fighting, it's very possible that there could be a military coup against Zelensky, who's taking Washington's orders to continue telling these soldiers to fight, despite the fact that they will, without a doubt, be captured or worse.
Hey, we're doing stand-up comedy in Irvine, California, Las Vegas, San Diego, Salt Lake City, Indianapolis, Louisville, all over the place. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for tickets.